Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Pooja and this is a short but super effective Pilates sequence that will target the core, the glutes, and the inner thighs. Let's get started. We're going to begin with our bridge sequence on our back. Feet together on the floor, hold onto the backs of your thighs. Inhale to lengthen the spine. On the exhale, scoop the belly in, keep the shoulders relaxed, and slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. Pilates is all about controlled and precise movements. So let's keep that in mind through this practice, through this sequence, without turning to speed and momentum instead. Feet are planted on the floor, knees parallel, thighs parallel, and arms are long by the sides of the body, palms facing down. Inhale, inflate through the rib cage. On the exhale, feel the ribs come in together. The belly button hugs the spine, and visualize your hip bones come in together as well. And this is what we call imprint. So the lower back is imprinted onto the mat. Inhale. Exhale. This time send your kneecaps forward. Scoop the belly in. Tailbone lifts off the floor, and then one vertebra at a time, you're lifting and peeling the spine off the floor. Feel the movement of your spine, pressing both your feet equally onto the ground, lift the hips high. Once you're at the top, check in with your ribs. So if you're flaring up the ribs like this and cramming your chin into your chest, you want to fix that by drawing the ribs in together. Belly button hugs in toward the spine and the hips are together. So the hip bones are drawing in together. Visualize that. The neck is long, chin is away from the chest, and we're going to lower down, starting by melting that space behind your heart, peeling the spine back onto the floor, one vertebra after the other. Nice job. And once we're back down, come back into your neutral spine where you feel that natural curve in the lower back. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to scoop the belly in, imprint the spine, and lift the hips and the spine all together in one block this time. Good. And keep it lifted here. Check in with your core without overarching the back. Engage the core. Press equally into both your feet. Now we're going to lower and lift the hips in one block. We're going to do that 8 times. Let's start. As you drop the hips, feel the sitting bones widen. And then to lift, you squeeze the glutes. The sitting bones come back in together. The ribs are together. The core is engaged. Let's keep moving. 7. 6, keep breathing. Feel those glutes engage at the top. The sitting bones widen at the bottom and narrow. Widen and narrow. Both your feet are pressing equally into the ground. Your knees are parallel. Your neck is long. We've got 4 more. And 3, 2, 1. We'll keep it lifted now at the top. Hold it here. Bring your arms up, palms face up for a little more challenge, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms long and slowly lower your hips down. Good. Let's hug the knees into the chest and release. All right, we're going to move into some core work now with the 100. Inhale, arms are by the sides. Exhale, scoop the belly in, imprint the spine. Interlace the fingers, bring your hands behind your head, supporting the weight of your head. Elbows will stay wide but still in the periphery of your vision. Inhale. Exhale, engage the core, lift and peel the head and shoulders off the floor. Keep the head heavily resting in your hands. Feel the core fire up here. And we're going to lower and exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale. No tension in the neck. You're keeping the head heavily resting in your hands without pulling on the neck or pulling on the head. This time we're going to hold it at the top and bring the arms by the side. So reach the arms long. Inhale to pump the arms 5 times. Exhale 5 times. So we're going to keep going with this movement. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Slowly lower down the head and the shoulders. We're going to add on to this. Now inhale here. Exhale, imprint the spine, bring one leg into tabletop, bring the other leg into tabletop position. Check the distance between your knees and your chest by extending the arms. So the arms should be nice and straight. Good. Keep this 90-degree angle now. Scoop the belly in, engage the core, and we're going to keep moving with those pumps, okay? Keep the arms long, reach long, and strong pumps. You always have the option to keep your head and the shoulders down if it's too much for your neck to lift up. All right, let's begin. Inhale. Exhale, engage the core, peel the head and the shoulders off the floor, reach the arms long, and let's begin. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For those of you who want a little more, extend the legs up and keep moving the arms. Nice and strong arms. Keep breathing. 5 on the inhale, 5 on the exhale. For those of you who want even more of a challenge, heels together, toes apart, and bring your legs at an angle. Keep that core connected. Keep moving the arms. We've got 2 more rounds. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Hug the knees in. Roll from side to side. And now we're going to roll over to the side of the body. We'll start with our side lying sequence on the left side. So the left side of your body is on the mat. Bend your bottom arm's elbow and rest your head on your hand. Now, a few checkpoints here. First of all, you want to keep your hips stacked. So the top hip is right over the bottom hip without falling back. And then you want to imagine an ice cold stream of water running underneath your waist. So you want to lift and wrap that bottom waist off the floor to engage the core and hold it there. So you want to hold this engagement. Extend both the legs. Okay. And we're going to begin with the inner thigh. So the top leg is going to bend. So 2 options here. Either you bring your foot in front and just keep the ball of your foot down, and we're going to lift and lower that top leg. If this is too much or just not accessible today, you're going to keep the knee down. So 90-degree angle at the hip and at the knee. And then we're going to lift and lower the bottom leg. So you pick which one feels best for you, and we're going to get started. So remember, both your hips are stacked. You don't want the top hip to fall back. Keep that bottom leg, so the left leg nice and long, and we're going to start. Keep the core engaged, wrap the bottom waist off the floor, and let's begin. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Feel the work in your inner thighs here. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hips are stacked, core is lifted and engaged, and keep that leg lifted now. We're going to do little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Extend that right leg now. Keep the hips stacked and the legs long. If it's too much of a challenge holding your balance, you always have the option to hinge forward from the hips and bring the toes slightly forward of the hips. Now keep the core engaged. We're going to lift both the legs. So we're going to work a little more on that top waist. Extend the legs and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep those hips stacked and keep moving. Extend the legs. Imagine somebody's pulling your legs away from you. Keep the bottom waist wrapping off and away from the floor. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. The top leg is going to stay where it is. We're going to lower the left leg and bring it back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep both the legs lifted for 5, 4. Lift the bottom waist off the floor. 2, 1. Lower down. Good job. We've got one last little challenge here. We're going to lift both the legs back up. Take a moment. Lift the bottom waist off the floor. Keep the hips stacked and let's lift. We've got little scissor kicks now. Kick and kick. Scissor movements in the legs. Keep the legs long for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. I know that is challenging, but it's really good for you. And now let's move on to our glutes. So we're still lying down on the same side and we're going to repeat everything on the other side. This time, the hips and the knees are at a 90-degree angle. Point your toes. Keep the bottom waist lifted off. And we're going to again make sure that the hips stay stacked. So imagine you have a cup of tea here on the top hip and you don't want to spill that tea. So you want to keep that cup of tea nice and stable. All right, let's begin. Now from here, we're going to lift that top leg and lower. So we're really using our glute here, glute muscles, to lift and lower. Again, I'm not allowing that top hip to fall back. I'm keeping my core engaged. Let's go for 8 more. 8 and 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. Let's add on. We're going to tap the knees and then the toes. Tap the knees and the toes. Let's keep going. 8 and 7. Is the core still engaged? 6, 5, 4, 3. Cup of tea is nice and stable. 2, 1. Last one. Good. Tap the knees. Extend the leg so the leg comes in line with your hip. Tap the knees and extend. Keep the core engaged. Let's keep moving. Knees together. Extend the leg. Knees together. Extend the leg. 5 more. Keep breathing. Keep those hips nice and quiet. Stacked one over the other. 2, 1. And guess what's next? Extend the leg, keep it there, little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good job. Give those glutes a nice little tap, and we're going to just switch over to the other side. All right. Now extend the bottom arm, so the right arm this time. Bend your elbow, rest your head on your hand or in your hand. Make sure that both your hips are stacked. The bottom waist is lifting out and away from the ground. And we're going to begin with our inner thighs. So extending the legs first. Bend the top leg, so this time the left leg. So either your foot is down or you're bending the knee and resting the knee down. Pick whichever feels best for you. All right, the right leg is nice and long and we're going to begin. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And notice how this side feels different. For me, this side feels a little more easier, a little more fluid. And a lot of times our bodies are not very symmetrical, so that's okay. Just notice, and now you know which side you need to work on more. So keep those abs nice and tight. Bottom waist lifting off the floor and leg is long. Let's go for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Extend both the legs. Now both the legs are stacked one on top of the other. You can hinge slightly forward, and we're going to lift both the legs. Now bottom waist lifted, hips are stacked, core is engaged, lengthen the sides of the waist, and let's begin. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. You really feel the waistline working here. Let's go for 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep it lifted. Bottom leg down and up. Down and up. Keep that bottom waist off the floor. Hips are stacked. Keep reaching the center of your buttocks forward to keep the hips stacked. Do you feel those inner thighs work? For 5, 4, 3, legs are long. 2, 1. Release everything down. We've got the scissor kicks. So when you're ready, lift both the legs and scissor kicks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Woo, that was some work. All right, take a moment to readjust if you need to. Bend both the knees. Knees are at a 90-degree angle. Knees are stacked. Feet are stacked. Hips at a 90-degree angle as well. All right, rest your head. You always have the option to rest the head down as well. See what feels best for your neck. Engage the core. Lift and wrap the bottom waist out and away from the ground. And let's begin. Cup of tea on the top hip, nice and stable. And let's begin. 10. Nice and controlled moves here. Keep the toes pointed. Squeezing the glutes at the top. 5 more. Keep those abs nice and engaged. 2, 1. All right, let's keep that leg lifted. Now tap the knees and then the toes. Knees and toes. Knees, toes. Keep going here. Expand through the ribs as you inhale, and as you exhale, you draw the ribs together and keep the core engaged. So we want to keep all those cues in mind throughout each exercise. Keep that cup of tea nice and stable. 3, 2, 1. All right. And knees together, extend the leg. So the leg comes in line with your hip now. Knees, extend. Keep the core engaged. Lift the bottom waist off the floor. Let's keep moving. 8, 7. Leg is long. Reach, reach, reach. 6, 5. Notice if the top hip starts to fall back. Remember that cup of tea needs to be nice and stable. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release everything down. Give yourself a good little tap and come back to center. All right, now we're going to do one last stretch before we end this session. So bring your legs in a cross cross-legged position. Arms up by the sides. Inhale to reach up. And with the exhale, let your hands drop forward. Now extend through the spine. We're going to fold forward and we're going to really think of sending the outer hips back and reaching forward through the heart. Inhale. On the exhale, walk your hands forward, send the hips back, and let your chest and your heart melt forward and down. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale to extend and expand. Exhale to melt and surrender. Last breath here. Good. Inhale to look forward, lift the head, walk your hands back towards you. And we're just going to bring our feet forward, hip width distance, and just rock the knees from side to side to release the hips. Keep breathing through your movement. We'll just do 1 more on each side. Good. Come back to center. Cross your legs back together, reaching the arms nice and high towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, open up the arms. Reach the fingertips away from you. Inhale. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Right elbow on top of the left, round through the spine. Inhale, open the chest, open the arms. Exhale, left elbow on top of the right. Hug yourself, tuck the chin in. Inhale, open the arms, and this time give yourself a big clap. Well done, everyone. Thank you for following along. I hope that you enjoyed this sequence. I'll be back with another fun Pilates sequence, so stay tuned, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you once again. I'll see you very soon.